a raft of retirement, difficulty recruiting candidates, and President Donald Trump continuing pattern of throwing his party off basic have prompted new alarm among Republicans that they could be facing a Democratic electoral wave in November. The concern has grown so acute that Trump received what one congressional aide described as a sobering slide presentation about the difficult midterm landscape at Camp David last weekend, leading the president to plan a robust schedule of fundraising and campaign travel in the coming months. White House officials said, but the trend has continued and perhaps worsened since that briefing, with two more prominent Republican House members announcing plans to retire from vulnerable seats and would be recruited back in a Senate challenge to Democrat Heidi Heitkamp of North Dakota despite pressure from Trump to June. And by the end of the week, many Republicans were scrambling to distance themselves from the president after he spoke of Seton Country during an Oval Office meeting with lawmakers about immigration policy. Raft Miller, Utah, a rising star in the party who faces a strong Democratic challenge this year, quickly denounced Trump for apparently denigrating Haiti, the birthplace of both her parents. During the Oval Office discussion, the president must apologize to both the American people and the nation he so wantonly maligned. Love demanded creating a model, perhaps for Republican in competitive races, to try to separate from Trump as a survival strategy. In the Camp David presentation, House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy, RK described scenarios to the president ranging from a bloodbath where Republicans lost the House and lost it big in the water one official, to an outcome in which they keep control while losing some seats. McCarthy outlined trend over recent decades for party in power and spotlight vulnerable Republican seats where Hillary Clinton won in 2016, 8 years ago, before the 2010 midterm swept the GOP to power. He had drafted a similar presentation with the opposite message for his party. Republicans hold the advantage of a historically favorable electoral map with more houses than ever, benefiting from Republican-friendly redistricting and a Senate landscape that put 26 Democratic seats in play, including 10 states that Trump won in 2016, and only 8 Republican seats. But other indicators are clearly flashing GOP winning side. Democrats have benefited from significant recruitment advantages. There are at least a half dozen former Army Ranger and Navy SEAL running as Democrats this year. For example, as Republicans struggle to convince incumbents to June for re-election, at least 29 House seats held by Republicans will be open in November following a now retirement, a greater number for the majority party than in each of the past 3 midterm elections when control of Congress flipped the president on job approval. A traditional harbinger of his party midterm performance, ESS record low as he approaches in office, according to Gallup poll asking which party American want to see control Congress in 2019 so a double-digit advantage for Democrats. When the outcome is on way underestimated in the poll, said a conservative political strategist who has met with GOP candidates, that is the reason that Republicans are ducking for cover amid the onslaught. Republican strategists say they continue to pin their party electoral hope on the nation's still rising economic indicator, the potential effect of the recent tax reform bill and Trump's ability to rally the conservative base. The monthly metrics are bad, from the generic ballot to the Republican retirement to the number of Democratic recruits with money, said one Republican political consultant who worked with Major conservative donor involved in the midterm and asked for anonymity to speak frankly. The big question is everything different with Trump because the major magic point to us losing at least one house of Congress. That sliver of optimism extends to the top of the Republican leadership who are hopeful that Trump's disruptive effect on the political landscape can once again surprise the nation this fall. Who knows what 2018 UB Like Nobody Co 2016 Rising John Cornyn R. Texas the second ranking Republican in that chamber. Everybody thought Hillary Clinton was going to get elected and that Chuck Schumer was going to be the majority leader, and none of that turned out to be true. In private conversation, Trump has told advisor that he doesn't think the 2018 election has to be as bad as others are predicting. He has referenced the 2002 midterm when George W. Bush and Republican fared better after the Z-11 terrorist attack. These people said, but his ability to save the midterm field has repeatedly been frustrated. Trump would have to recruit 2018 Senate candidate Rep. Kevin Cramer, RND, and incumbent Sen. Oringer, HR Utah, both of whom are now in recent weeks that they would not do. Those decisions strengthen the hope of Highcamp, who is running for re-election in a state that Trump won by 36 points in 2016, and provided an opportunity in Utah for a Trump antagonist former Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney to launch a Senate bid of his own. In other cases, Republicans have struggled to narrow their Senate field, with big and sometimes nasty primary fights shaping up in Indiana, Montana, and Arizona. The recent announcement that former Phoenix Sheriff Joe Arpaio would run for the Senate has raised some Republican concern about holding on to the seat of retiring Sen. Jeff Flake of Arizona, Republican leader feel better about Trump's ability to elevate Missouri candidate Josh Hawley, the state attorney general, who greeted the president on a recent visit. The White House is also pushing Florida Governor Rick Scott to run against Sen. Bill Nelson, the although associates of Scott are of mixed opinion on the likelihood that he will join it in a move White House described as unrelated. Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke recently granted Florida an exemption from the president's new plan to open the nation's coastline to offshore drilling. In Ohio, State Treasurer Josh Mendo also made a surprise announcement on Jan 5 that he would abandon his own Senate campaign, which had brought national support because of his White House. The White House political operation had put Rep. James Renake, Ohio, who had launched an outsider bid for governor to instead challenge Sen. Sherrod Brown, the Ohio. Trump continually remind advisor that he remains popular in a number of states, including West Virginia, Montana, and North Dakota. According to it, but slow fundraising and anemic candidate recruitment have caused tension between the White House and the National Republican Senatorial Committee. White House advisor said still two people with direct knowledge of that relationship said it had improved considerably in recent months. One person said there is an active effort to professionalize the operation, and coordination had improved. A Republican family with NASC operation said there was a noticeable fundraising uptick in December when the GOP tax bill passed, which helped smooth out relations after a rough period that included a stinging special election defeat in Alabama that cost the party a Senate. This day, the Republicans said White House are in frequent contact with committee officials and the favorable map is a main driver of hope. An NASC representative declined to comment. White House officials said they expect a plan in upcoming week into a special House race in Pennsylvania, with chief from Trump, Vice President Mike Pence, and cabinet member. The race has taken on a left-hand role in the White House because officials want to stem the tide of the losses they suffered last year in Virginia and Alabama. White House officials also said they are interested in progress migration infrastructure with oil across the country, particularly in certain districts, and they have begun exploring ways to inject that issue that could trouble Democrats in more conservative states. Those could include immigration vote requirements for welfare, sanctuary city reform, and revision to the U.S. Worker Program. Despite all that, political handicap perhaps gradually increase the odds that Democrats will retake the House, where they need to pick up 24 seats to do so. Democrats must need 2 seats to take control of the Senate, a the task given the number of competitive states where Trump in 2016. Among the recently announced Republican retirement arrest, there is of California and the surprise decision by Rep. S.R. Troy of California, who had previously told party leader that he was committed to re-election. Both seats are now seen as potential Democratic pickup. Hope of recruiting other top-tier candidates have been frustrated. In Tennessee, Democrats recruited former Gulfville President to June for the Senate seat left open by the retirement of Republican Sen. Bob Corker, but Republican efforts to recruit the current governor Bill Haslam fell short. One prominent GOP donor said rumor that former Minnesota Governor Tim Pawlenty would jump into the race are unfounded. Hestome unequivocally has not going to June for the Senate. The donor said Pawlenty did not respond to a request for comment. Republican strategists said they want to spend the next month talking about the economy. "I think it's far less challenging now that we've got tax reform behind us," said Sen. Tom Tillis, RNC, the vice chairman of the National Republican Senatorial Committee, echoing the hopeful line. "The discussion we were having with candidates last year we've really got to produce a result. We've got to have something to judge on, but maintaining that message can be a challenge," as the president showed this week when his vulgar comment about some developing countries sparked international outrage. Dave Hansen, a political advisor to Love, the Utah Congresswoman, said such conflicts are unavoidable during the Trump presidency. "It's certainly not like running with Ronald Reagan, that's for sure," Hansen said. "What a candidate has to do in a situation like this is you can be in for the guy. Basically, you support him when you think he's right and oppose him when you think he's wrong."